You're watching Television Productions. You're watching Connect Four.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just so you guys know at home, I'm wearing my GoPro Hero 6 so that I don't have to hold the GoPro. So you guys, I will do like a picture-in-picture, will be able to see what Meka's doing here on the table.
I'm going to start with a little bit of a clearing and blessing.
Okay.
I'm going to use some for you as well. So, rub your hands together. Smell it because it's very healing. Aromatherapy, Florida water is so great. Open your third eye. Clear your mind. Brush off your shoulders. We're going to move anything we're carrying around. Open your heart. Keep your hands open. We're going to take 2 deep breaths together to connect our energies. First one. One more. Welcome. We're going to start with Goddess cards. They're oracle cards, and I always find them to be the best guides. So if you can pull 3 oracle cards from the deck and hand them to me. Brilliant. Awesome. Excellent. Oh, your first card is Ishtar. She talks about boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Boundaries are just as important as expansion because you have to give yourself structure sometimes. You have to give yourself what's acceptable in your energy field, what's acceptable use of your time, what's acceptable use of your energy. It's all about knowing when to say yes and when to say no, you know? Lady Gaga just talked about that. You know, she's like, I wasn't happy in the music industry because I was just doing what I was told to do, and it was I had to do this, and I was just trying to do everything. But then I was like, I'm not fulfilling my real purpose. And when she started saying no, she had more time to say yes to what she really wanted.
It's completely relevant.
Perfect. Interesting. You're getting a lot of Egyptian energies in here, especially with your dog, your Anubis. You must have a lot of Egyptian energy around the house too. That's great to be around. Bast is all about independence. She's actually the cat goddess. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So as much as we need to work with others, we also need to trust ourselves. You need to depend and rely on yourself. And that makes you the best member of community and working with others when you know that you are reliable for yourself. You know, it's very important to do things off on your own, even if you don't have the support. Once, you know, it'll catch up. You know, the support will follow you.
You know, this show is kind of Frankie and I talked about it during our show, that if I was doing this for money and views,
yeah,
then I wouldn't be doing it.
I agree.
And pretty much everything I've done over the last almost 10 years has been on my own. Like,
wow.
I've had to literally build everything by myself.
Yep.
I feel like I've been looking for my tribe for a very long time. I'm very independent, so.
Good job. But don't you feel catching up? Like you set the way for everybody to come and support you?
Yes. I'm not trying to jinx anything, so I don't like really talk, but I do feel something happening.
Good.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's important to talk about, like I understand the not talking about it before it happens, but I've almost given myself and others permission to talk about what you want to happen and allow it to exist in reality even before it happens.
That's even like you being on the show. I didn't announce that I was having you because I didn't want you to not come, and then I had said it, and then it looks like it's like, oh yeah, sure, she was coming to do this. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut until it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's cool.
I'm superstitious, I guess. I don't know.
And hey, trust yourself on that. You know. Same. Like I was like, oh, should I post about certain things? But just go with the flow. You know, be excited about whatever you're doing. you know, and you are.
Totally.
Yeah, every time I've seen you, it's just a light, you know? So just keep shining. Speaking of, your last goddess card is about transformation. Butterfly maiden. You're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. The butterfly maiden, I read this book once called, I think it's, you know, when the women run with wolves. I think that was it, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a little off. But I read one passage about a Native American woman who was doing the butterfly dance. And she was, you know, more of a older woman. She was, you know, on the larger side, and she was just dancing the beauty of her body and herself and her age. Everything was just all about being beautiful. And I think that reminds us that we're always giving birth to a new self, and we're always going through transformations, always a chance to be new. Even, you know, as we're, you know, different or older. We've known each other for more than 10 years now, but look at Frankie, one of our, you know, he's one of our mentors in the scene. Like, look at how cool age can be as we're getting into that too. Like, it's like, man, I love our mentors. I love the people we get to look up to. And as we're becoming that, like, appreciate what you're becoming. It's fresh and new.
And the only constant in this universe is change.
Yes, absolutely. And isn't it beautiful?
I love it.
It keeps life surprising and exciting. Good start.
That's amazing.
We're going to go a little bit deeper. Is there anything you're looking for a question, like an answer to any questions?
Oh, so many.
So many?
So many. Dare I ask?
Ooh. Only what you're, you know.
Willing to hear?
Yeah.
I want to know it all.
Dum to the dum. I would like you to shuffle these cards.
Okay.
My right hand to your right hand. And passing on the responsibility of the energy to you to see further into the journey and truth of this beautiful path for this beautiful soul. Aho. You take the cards. Shuffle them however you like, but make me a pile of 5. While you shuffle, I'm going to do a little bit of clearing and blessing and call the directions to allow any natural healing that will occur between our souls and higher selves. From the south, I invited Anaconda underneath the surface.
Oop,
From the
somebody
west.
flipped.
Ooh, give me that one just in case. You can still pull 5, but that one's just a messenger card. From the west, Jaguar, knowing how and when to take great action. From the north, Hummingbird, everything in love, heart-centered. From the east, Eagle Condor, rising above, higher perspective. From above, we bring our teachers, rising to lead us. From below, Gaia, Pachamama, ancestors' footsteps. Inside, we bring our highest inner light. Oh. Now break that into 3 piles, just so we know what is in the past, present, and future in relationship to your path. Cool. Awesome. So, the card that jumped out is going to be your first card. So it's kind of where you've come from.
Does this happen regularly?
Oh, yeah.
Like one of them flips over?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Spirit's talking to you. And I think it's an important message. And I think it's something you've already overcome. And that's why it's jumping out in the positive. But it is a card of being bound by overthinking. I think you've freed yourself. Well, let me ask. Have you freed yourself from this already? Ooh, yes. And the way you freed yourself was through discovering the mysteries of the unknown. So the card is about keeping yourself blinded and bound by overthinking and not being able to take the actions you want because you've been thinking too much. Okay? You've surpassed this challenge. The way is to look deeper into the mysteries of life. So that's the way you've surpassed this challenge. Good job.
Thank you.
That's the past, and now that's actually broken you off into this path that you're on right now. Ooh, great risk. So the next step on your path was you being willing to take a giant risk for your success. Actually leaping out from what you were holding back with the same sword and into action. Taking huge risks was your next step. What did this bring you? Ooh, it brought you higher achievements in your career, and you even have further to go, or exceptional partners and another perspective. So that's awesome. Dun dun dun. Your next card. So right now is a very fun time for you, like celebration. It's merriment. It's community time. It's connection. It's emotional.
Woo!
Yeah. Like it's really fulfilling the connections you're making right now. It's not 4, it's 3, but maybe the next one is Connect 4. What else will this bring you? Up. I think maybe you have a lot of queens in your life. I think it's bringing you
I do
more
love
courage.
the ladies.
Yeah. Bringing you the courage to transform the knowing within. And you're still trying to find the leadership of yourself and others through trusting that knowledge that you have been seeing. So you're doing great having a career direction. Now it's about having that direction and leadership with your belief system, with your knowing. So definitely get 42 off the ground. Okay? Yeah. It's not without a little bit of struggle. You're getting into the fight. You're stirring things up. You're jumping into the battle. I mean, it's a battle amongst friends. So it's a battle of like you're fighting, but it's not, one of those wars to the death. It's more about being willing to argue, being willing to have differences, being willing to duke it out once in a while with those differences and stand up for what you believe is right. So get ready to get in it. If you're going to say some things that are going to shock people, you're going to have to be willing to have the fight
To back it
as
up.
much as you really do.
I'm in it.
So stand up for what you believe in, because you have to now. If you're going to stir the pot, get ready to stand up for why. And do more craft. Like get in there with your craft. Get your hands dirty more. Like the answer to the fight is not more fight, it's more art. Okay?
42.
42. Your outcome card is strength. And you see it brewing, but strength is, it's not just physical strength. Strength is really having the courage to know before you know. Strength is being able to open the beast's mouth and stick your hand right in it and know you're not going to get harmed. To never fear the repercussions of doing good. Never know that whatever action you have can tame the beast. Like I was saying, that like if you face what you're afraid of, it becomes your greatest ally.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what strength is all about. Is you not being afraid to look right into the most corrupt or dark aspects of self and others, because we're all the same self, just expressed in different ways, to see the light. You have to look in the dark to see the light. You have to be willing to see it all, to really become your truest self. If you just run away from the dark, you're never going to see the light. You're only going to be looking back, running away from the dark. So embrace your strength, but that's where you're going. And it's like fully like your enriched, actualized version. It's like showing that you are growing that already. So, and it's hinting out. Do you know your spirit animal?
No. I mean, nobody's told me. If you ask me personally,
really
I feel something, but I have never vocalized it.
Really? And you don't have to. I would ask your spirit animal's permission before I vocalized it.
No.
You can talk about them as much as you want.
You
I
have permission.
Okay. When I go into journey work and I talk to ancestors, spirit guides, spirit animals, you can say, hey, is it okay if I talk about you with my friends and my fellows? Or, hey, you prefer I keep you on the down low? Is this a private? And some will say, hey, this is private between you and me. And some will be like, hey, talk about me. Include me in your healing work with others. So I have a couple ideas. So let me just ask. Show me our yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Show me our no. Exciting. Does Talent have multiple spirit animals? Yes. Thank you. Is one of Talent's spirit animals a lion? No, actually. Thank you. Do you have any ones that you want to ask about?
Yeah, no.
Cool. Is one of Talent's spirit animals a cat? No. Is one of Talent's spirit animals a dog? Is one of Talent's spirit animals a horse? A platypus?
A bird.
A bird. Actually, yes. Do you have any in particular birds that you connect with?
Eagle.
Eagle? Eagle, soaring high in the air. Awesome. That's a very strong yes. Yeah, so eagle also represents the east, so higher perspective, which you're definitely infusing into all of your art. So, so definitely embrace that. Any other messages that you're brewing? Success. So your strength will just bring you success. It's not fully realized yet, but all of the things that you experience you can bring into your international success. So, all right, double high five.
Thank you.
Boom!
This was amazing. You do this though.
I do this. I'm available online. My Odyssey with Michelle Orwick. I'm one of her angels. She has a My Odyssey app and website, and you can schedule an appointment with me there. I make appearances other places from time to time, but mostly I live on the My Odyssey app and website at the moment, so you can experience this.
Check her out, man. This is pretty incredible. You've done this before at Islands of Adventure.
I have,
right?
yes.
I used to work there back in the day. I did ride and show though. So
I love being there when I can too. It's nice working with Michelle Orwick because I really believe in her art and her healing. But to be part of such a great high caliber group of healers, but also I can do it from anywhere in the world because it's online.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I can have access to my friends all over the world. I have friends in Minot, North Dakota, who I love connecting with because I played a show there with Avatar. That was like my last show on our tour, I think, and that was just and that community. There's some cities that you make connections with people that you can just tell are going to last a lifetime, and that combination is there. And that's one of those places, and some really great friends and people who connect to my art, not just on stage, but spiritual aspects
in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And this was now I've got a whole bunch to think about. You guys should definitely try this. Check her out online. But seriously, some of the stuff you were saying, I have talked to other people that have this. I don't know. It's like they emit this. To me, it's like a psychic energy.
Yeah.
That I take their word for things.
Right.
I take their word for things more than people who come across as more educated. Their gut is far more advanced than other people.
Intuitive intelligence, emotional intelligence.
And some of what was laid out here is things that these people have already said. So
good.
So
you're on the right track, huh?
Yeah. I love it. So that being said, Meka, I challenge you to a game of Connect 4.
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll be right back.